I know you guys ask me all the time, Media Man, where did you get those knit polos and shirts that you usually wear? Oxknit. And you know what's funny about this collaboration is that I was already wearing Oxknit shirts before I reached out to partner with them. I've always liked the clean, vintage-inspired 1960s and 70s style. Sharp collars, quality knit fabric, and that classic look that never really goes out of style. The shirts fit well, they're comfortable, and they match the way I like to dress. So if you're looking to upgrade your wardrobe, check out Oxknit. And if you use my promo code MediaMan, you'll save 15% on your order. And again, thank you for your continued support. Peace. God bless.
An enemy that follows us everywhere. It knows our fears. It knows our weaknesses. It knows exactly where to strike. We search for it in the world around us, in obstacles, in circumstances, in other people, but the truth is far more unsettling. The enemy has been with us all along. It is the voice that whispers, "You are not ready." The doubt that freezes us before we take our first step. The fear that convinces us to surrender before the battle has even begun. No rival can hold us back as much as our own hesitation. No wall is higher than the one we build in our minds. We are our own worst enemy. Yet the moment we confront that enemy, the moment we silence doubt and choose courage, we become unstoppable. Because the greatest victory is not over the world. It is that which is over our own mind.
Go ahead and make sure you click that link, get you some Teach Hanley, and support the Media Man YouTube channel, and also support Teach Hanley.
Love a try. Can't you see? my vision takes it. Whenever you're in need, it's myself I offer. Soft spot in my heart and it's getting softer. Weather the storm, hunt, and nothing will harm you. My ebony queen while I'm your knight in armor. Wish I could tell you how I feel. Here's a kiss. This love for real.
See just how I feel. It's for you.
This love for real.
Don't you know this love is real? It's for you. Just see how I feel. Don't you know this love is real? It's for you.
This love for real.
See how I feel. Don't you know this love is real? Can't you see how much real? It's for you. Can't you see just how I love you, baby? I want you, baby.
This love for real.
Don't nobody hold me, don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody, don't nobody hold me, don't nobody kiss me the way you do. Nobody. Not a day goes by that I don't burn for you. Find myself yearning for the heaven that you bring me from your black hands. Touch me, touch me. Wanna feel you inside me. All I want is you. Love on me.
Allow me to show you something.
Just wanna stimulate your mind. Hey, inside, I wanna know what's inside.
What up, though? Welcome back to another Media Man Live. Glad to be here on this great Friday evening, man. It's gonna be a great show. I got some good content for you guys. I decided to go live. If you guys look on my community post for the live, dating and relationship discussions, I did put Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I left those slots open pending, my schedule. So sometimes I just may pop up and do a live stream on certain topics that I think are necessary. And I actually got sent an amazing article that I think you guys will enjoy. We'll discuss that, and we'll also discuss some education as well, and also review a familiar video that I've seen a lot of women share over the past couple of weeks is starting to resurface, and we're going to address that and break it down. And then I'm going to talk about the guys who qualify, because I think in these spaces we spend too much time on what women are doing in regards to relationships and how to respond. But there is a small subset of men who actually qualify, and they are literally having their way on the dating market. So I want to talk to those guys. And, especially because, coming off the heels of some of the consults that I have, a lot of these guys are looking for marriage. So I don't want to neglect the fact that it's not all ho-hum in these spaces where, these women are asking for $500 dates. There's actually some men who don't mind a $500 date because they go there frequently with their colleagues, so on and so forth. So just have a beautiful woman on their side. They don't mind at all. They just don't like being used. And I think that's one of the main areas that a lot of women don't understand, and we're gonna definitely break everything down, I promise you guys. But first, before we get to that, let me shout out the moderators. We got Pooh Man and Olawa in the building. I greatly appreciate you guys being here. All the links are in the description. I shared them during the lead in, so please make sure you grab your Oxnit, Clean Skin Club, Tej Hanley, Manscaped, Ali Pop. I got so many partnerships with folks just to help you guys out. So yeah, definitely support that. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. And also make sure you guys subscribe to the new Media Man Live channel. Eventually, that's where I'm going to start going live to do the call-in show. So I would love for people to call in. We could just talk, shoot the ish, so to speak. Let me hear your thoughts on the dating market, certain things like that. So I think that would be good. And you guys don't understand how many people continuously ask me to do a call-in show, man, and I'm kind of hesitant because I want the page to remain clean, and I don't want people to disrespect themselves on social media. So some of the calls would be rather short, because if I see something that I think would be a hindrance to their social media footprint, then I may end the call. You guys have seen me do that on certain Pop the Balloon shows where a woman come out there, hanging out half naked or something. I will literally ask the audience, hey man, what y'all feel about this? And if I get the go ahead from the moderators to cut it off, I cut it off. So that's one of the main reasons why I haven't, dipped into the call-in show. But I do that out of respect, especially for the Black community. I know it's viral moments in there when somebody says something wild, but I mean, I don't think that would be conducive to the platform. But I am going to open up the call-in show so folks can call in. So please make sure you subscribe to that channel, because like I said, eventually these pop-in shows may be only on that channel, so you may miss it, if you're not subscribed. Okay, so please make sure you do that. All right, so let me get to the super chats. We had a couple of them before we even got started. We got Will, what up, though, with the 499 bombs. Said, brother Double M, peace and blessings. What up, though? Good to see you here. You're the first one, man. I greatly appreciate it. And Dante Bryant, $5 super chat, said, got your ass, brother Double M. Brother Double M, man, peace and blessings. I always got to acknowledge the show sponsor.
Black man trying to make it in society. Sitting on hip, cause I know they want to rob. Black man, shaking on the mother table. Black man, we need all that.
Thank you, good brother. And we also got HVAC Man in the building with the $2 bomb. He said, oh, you think darkness is your island? Oh, y'all know that's my favorite one, man. I enjoy it. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Good to see you here as always, man. Love your support. KS Snoop, what up, though? With the $5 bomb, said, Medium Man, what's up? Great video you posted this morning. Oh, man. I know it was a lengthy video. Pause. Yeah. Getting out of hand. But yeah. But it was a pretty good video. They had so many moments in there. I'm definitely going to clip them up because I don't want people to miss certain things that was said. And I'm not necessarily disappointed in the Christian dating scene, but I'm starting to see some parallels between what they would consider the secular dating market, and I'm trying to do my best to fix that, or create a separation if possible. So I may be reviewing a couple of other Christian dating videos to see how things are differing from what most people are experiencing. So yeah, so you will see more of those videos. So thank you, KS Snoops. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see here. And we got HVAC Man with the $5 bomb, said finish the gym and work, hit 255 on deadlifts today to wrap up the deload protocol. Peak week is gonna be fun. Come Tuesday, I feel less stiff. Absolutely, man. Yeah, man. Work calls. I took my little 2-hour break to go to the gym, and as soon as I got in there, HVAC Man, I got a call to change some travel plans, and it's because my work schedule cannot coincide with what I got going on in regards to like personal travel. So I had to rework some things. So I literally stayed on the phone in the gym for maybe about 30 minutes, finishing up a little bit of work and get my travel dates situated. So when I got upstairs to go work out, man, all the juice had been gone, man. So what I did was I did some supplementary leg workouts. Usually I'll start with some squats, I'll do some leg press, but I wasn't able to do that. So I decided to go and work on, some hamstring extensions and stuff like that, leg curls, calves, and hip abductors. So yeah, I did that. And also I definitely never missed my cardio. So everything worked out. So I was able to get about an hour in and get up out of there. So it worked out, man. So I'm glad you had a good workout. I know I'm sharing too much, but yeah. So it was just crazy. I was like, God dang, I just left and got in the gym and I'm sitting there on the couch talking. And I don't know. Does anybody else feel like this? I don't like talking on my phone in public, like loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like doing that, and I see people don't mind having conversations like waiting in the grocery store line. And I just don't like doing that. I'll try and go outside or remove myself from the population, so to speak. And then I'll do business there. I talk to whoever I talk to. But, of course, when family call, yeah, I'm going to answer. But I'm talking about having drawn out conversations. If somebody calls, I'll say, hey, I'm saying, I just got in the gym. Let me call you back or something like that. Or if it's an emergency, of course. But yeah, I don't like carrying on long conversations in public. I never like that. So Oh, okay. Ola was saying agreed. Yeah, I see people do that. I'm like, laughing. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I see where I'm going with this. Let me stop. Yeah, Excalibur said I hate that. Yeah, man. I'm not a fan of that. I can't do it. I definitely can't do it. But it is what it is. So let me see here. So let me got that. We good. We good. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, man. So let's get to it. I know it's a lot of joking and a lot of conversation around education in the Black community. And before anyone asks, yes, I did see Cheyenne Bryant's video. People have already shared links to the Amazon where she got her regalia, doctorate regalia from Amazon. And I see people joking about the Black community earning PhDs and earning doctorates. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to go to my Instagram page and I want you to scroll down to see this post that I'm about to share with you guys about Black doctorates. There are some of the most proud Black people commenting under that post, and it feels amazing to see them get their shine, right? So when I see the Black community joking and I see Cheyenne Bryant joking about being a real doctor, it's literally a slap in the face to those Black men and Black women who have earned doctorates and they went through, the rigors of, dissertations and defending and all this type of stuff, man. And just to see people joke about it is absolutely embarrassing. Okay. So when you guys see people making jokes, not the people that's calling Cheyenne Bryant out, I'm talking about the people saying that it's not a big deal. For the Black community, it is a big deal. And I'm going to show you why. Hold on. Let me show you guys something. You guys can't see that. Okay. How many Black men and Black women have doctorates? The facts from the U.S. Census 2024. These numbers show the percentage of Black adults aged 25 and over who have earned a doctorate, PhD, education doctorate, professional doctorate as their highest educational attainment. Okay. For Black men, we have 13.4 million of us over the age of 25 plus. There's literally only 184,000 Black men that have earned a doctorate. Okay? That is 1.37% of the population. So now do you guys understand why this shit is not a joke? And for her to be playing around and doing little Netflix things, it's absolutely embarrassing, because now you guys can kind of understand why you see a lot of Black folks in our community pissed off at that woman for getting the type of exposure that she's getting, because of the fact that she didn't go through the hell that they had to go through to get their doctorate degrees. And that's why I take offense to that, because there's some things that we just need to be aware of as a Black community, and everything can't be a joke. And to see people like Dr. Umar defending this woman, I seen the report. He was trying to compare it to how people view him and saying that it's not about the doctorate. It is literally 100% about the doctorate. Okay? Because of this reason alone. There's not too many of Black people that have doctorate degrees, so they need to be celebrated. And if I see one more Black man going to that post saying, oh man, you didn't have to do that, doctors don't mean nothing, that shit is embarrassing, bro. And also, before you comment on my platform, make sure you do the research on my platform first. Because nothing on my platform will be slanted when it comes to statistics and data, especially when it's about the Black community. I cannot lie. Okay? So if I put out something, a fact sheet explaining what the issue, what's going on in the Black community, don't make the mistake of thinking that my platform is just predominantly Black men based. I do protect the Black man ethnic image, but I wouldn't be able to help the Black community if I didn't tell them the truth. So don't comment under my page without doing the research first to see how fair I am when it comes to these statistics. When they're in favor of black men, I post it. When they're in favor of black women, I post it. When they're in favor of Hispanic men, guess what? I post it. When they're in favor of white people, I post it. Okay? Asians. I did a whole video on the Asian community because it's literally amazing how that small population can out-earn literally everyone in the United States. So I have to be fair, especially when it comes to the statistics. And of course, I'm a man. So of course, I'm going to be slightly biased. Guess what? Women are slightly biased as well because they're women. It is what it is. But when we come to doing research about statistics and I put the references on there, if I misrepresented the statistic, how fast would somebody be able to point that out? Very, very quickly. Because I see people like I'll misspell something. Oh man, did you mean to say this or that? So just imagine if I lied and I inflated black men's numbers just so they would look good when comparison to other races of men. Or when somebody says something false about black men in on behalf of black women and I inflated the numbers. That will look bad on my end. So don't comment under my post because I promise you, I don't argue. I give you one response if I'm feeling good. For the most part, you gone. I don't care who you are. All right? So people need to be mindful. If you go on my Instagram page and you looked at the pinned post, you will see all of my rules. I don't do the back and forth. You say something crazy, you got to go. And matter of fact, while you over on my Instagram page, there is nobody on this earth that defends that per capita argument more than white people. I put out the statistics of white men arrests. That's one of my most viral posts. You know how many white folks have sent me crazy ass messages calling me the N-word, all types of stuff, per capita warriors. I didn't got damn near, I want to say maybe about 20 junk emails from white folks trying to defend this per capita, and it didn't even have nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with white males and the crime arrests where they lead, percentage-wise. But they decided to make it about black folks and start mentioning per capita. Okay? So I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure the conversations are level set, fair and balanced. That's what I do on my platform. So again, I'm warning whoever, you go on my Instagram page, you say something crazy, you ask a dumb question that you know the answer to or you didn't read and you try and insult. Did I insult you? If the answer is no, but you insulted me, you gone. I don't argue. That's how I keep my mental health in check. Okay? So be mindful. All right? Now, for black women, there is 15.8 million black women over the age of 25. There's 278,000 black women with a doctorate degree. That is literally 1.75% of the population, of their population. So that's why this matters. Okay? So this is not a joking matter. And what's funny, because these are all educated folks that are under that post. It was some people that actually checked the statistics. I encourage them to do that. Myself, I don't have a doctorate. Okay? I have a master's degree. I have 4 degrees. Master's degree in public health. I have a bachelor's degree in nutrition science. And I have 2 associates, one in criminal justice and one in public health, because I was a cop in the military before, right? So to see so many black folks with doctorates under that post, man, it made me feel so good, man. I'm glad that they got the shine that they need. And it hits close to home because my brother is close to, entering those ranks. In 2028, he will become a doctor. He's going to school for leadership, strategic leadership, to get his doctorate. So by 2028, my brother will be a part of this doctorate crew. And I'll be proud of him. I'm proud of him now. I'm proud of all of my friends that have degrees because I know how much hell we had to go through to get them, especially while serving in the military. You know how I got presented my master's degree? I got presented my master's degree while I was serving in Tunisia. Yeah. I had to prioritize my military duty, and then I had to go to Tunisia, forward deployed, and they mailed it to me. And it meant so much to me to see that damn degree in that big ass manila folder. Y'all know the little orange ones. It was absolutely amazing. Okay? That's how much it matters. And I mean, people overlook this type of stuff, and I try and tell black men in particular, yes, I understand that you guys want to go into trades. But when I'm looking at the metrics and I'm showing you that people with advanced degrees, they tend to earn way more money. So just increasing your degree count by at least 5% will be absolutely amazing. So don't just forego, getting a degree and saying I'm going to go get a trade. I showed you guys the statistics. Black men, it is very rare. 13% of the population, I believe, of black men. Looks good in regards to per capita, ironically, because black men only represent about 7.5% of the population. So that's good. But when people say trades and skills, I'm like, well, what do y'all think that black men are doing in there? It's more white men than us. So that's why they represent 55% of the trades and skills. And then Hispanic men are right behind them. And then there's black men and Asian men, because Asian men tend to work in like white collar positions and STEM and science, things like that. Okay. So black men are stable. We're doing well, but we have room for improvement. And one of the best ways that we can improve is to go to school. And this is not for the guys who already went through the rigors and they got their plumber's license and, they work HVAC and things like that. I'm not telling you guys to stop doing what you're doing. Has nothing to do with that. I'm talking to the younger generation who still has, an inkling of trying, maybe trying to enroll in school. If you look at the numbers, people who have degrees tend to do well in society. They earn more. They do well. They do better in marriages when you get an educated woman. And y'all know I push that so much. So that's why this stuff matters, man. That's why I push education so much. Okay. And I just despise to see the black community joking about this, especially Cheyenne Bryant, because she don't represent this population, man. That's why they upset. That's why you see so many black women posting about it. And people are like, aren't y'all tired of this? Hell no, they ain't tired. They upset because they like, damn, man, you know what I had to go through to get this shit? And then to come into the black community and get condemned for it, you know what I'm saying? They got to go through a lot, man. So that's why it's important. So yeah, go ahead and take a look at the comment section and see how many black folks are proud of these statistics, man. Let them have their day. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. I know I've shared the student loan debt and things like that. I'm pretty sure that they are aware. Okay, and I've seen the issues that's going on with Howard University. It's so upsetting to me. I know a couple of people that are Howard alumni, and they're working, hard to make sure those kids who actually got dropped. I believe the issue, them changing from a different computer system, it affected like 1,000 students, I believe, and 500 of them were able to get everything situated. But there's still 500 more kids young adults, who are affected by the Howard University issue with their tuition money. They thought that they were fine, but then when they got the new computer system up and running, it showed that they were behind on payments. So they're struggling right now. So I get it. And I'm going to try and do my best to see if I can, donate, support, whatever I can. I'll be in Maryland next week, of course. I always go to Maryland. That's where my other home is. So I'm going to go check in with a couple of folks and see what I can do to help the black community, man. I just hate to see what's going on. All right. So yeah, man, it's very tough. It's very tough. So shout out to all the black doctors out there. You guys have seen over here. You mean so much to me personally, and I'm glad that you guys, are speaking up about this. All right. So blessings to you all. Let's see. Let's get that. Oh, and matter of fact, while I'm here, let me share this as well. Coupling with that post, I did put how rare it is to have a bachelor's degree or higher in the black community. You guys have heard me share this stuff before. More black adults are earning bachelor's degrees or higher than ever before. So overall, over the ages of 20, 25, black women 30.7%, which is up from 15.4% in 2000. Amazing. And then black men, 24.3% of us have a bachelor's degree or higher, and that's up 13.4% in 2000. So both significant increases. Black women about doubled their bachelor's degree or higher count since the year 2000. So man, this stuff matters, bro. It's very rare. Literally, damn it, not even 70%. 70%, more than 70% of the black community don't have any degree, bachelor's degrees or higher. So that's why this stuff matters, man. That's a rarefied air, so to speak. And I know sometimes it kind of gets overlooked in these spaces because I know it's always weaponized against black men. I get it. The black community is still under the impression that, you know, black women are the most educated. It's unfortunate they keep running with this because 30.7 and then this increase, man, that should be good enough, in my opinion. But sometimes the black community inflates black women's numbers to go against black men, and it's upsetting. And that's when I got to reel it back in. Okay. So these are the actual numbers. Okay. So shout out to everybody that has a degree. And this is, you know, this is not a, you know, well, skills and trades. I've done a show about skills and trades. You know, I may have to repost it. All right. All right. Sweet Christmas. Let me see what I want to go next to break up the monotony. Let's do a video from one of our favorites. Who is this? HVAC Man, $5 bomb said we need to push her out of the algorithm. Cheyenne has to go. And I mean, go. She's not worth anything, not worth wasting ammo on. Yeah, man, it's just, you know, let's see here. What do I want to do first? We just did some pictures. So yeah, let's break it up and let's do a video breakdown. And this one should be good. Hold on, let me get this situated real quick. Where is it? Let me make sure we good. And then we'll go on to the next one. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to pull something up. Yeah. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 4 down. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Now that we about to start the show with the, oh, my bad. NS, what up though with $100 bomb? Said, represent, bruh. Keep up the great work. I greatly appreciate it, man. Y'all boys always coming through with these heavy hands, man. I feel so appreciative.
I took it back to my old energy. And she telling me she feel the chemistry. That's bullshit. She just know I'm rich. But keep going, sweetie.
I'm black, y'all.
Wait a minute.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Thank you, good brother. And it's good to see you back here, man. And thanks for the 100 ball. I appreciate that, man. You the man, bro. Man, where's that? I feel so grateful. Oh, so we're going to break down one of Kevin Samuels' most popular videos. And the reason why we're going to break down this quick video is because, for one, this is probably one of the only videos that women, and in particular, black women, agree with Kevin Samuels on. And also, this is one of the videos that a lot of men did not like, and they actually condemned Kevin Samuels for it. But we're going to break it down to understand exactly what Kevin said. And I'm going to explain to you what women heard. All right. So I've seen this video start circulating again. So let's go ahead and break it down. And I'm going to show you the difference. Here we go.
Far outstrip so that whatever they could want. They're worried about keeping you. Like I have so many women ask, how do I keep Blake? How do I keep Blue once I get him? That's what you want. I'm sorry, I'm talking loud. How do you keep Blake? How do you keep Blue? How do you keep Blake? How do you keep Blue? That's what you want. 100% men don't have to worry about keeping their women, hypergamous or not. How you keep them? Girl, if you don't get out of my face, I got shit to do. If you don't get out of my face, Take this card and go do what you got to do. Now, leave me the hell alone. I got a property I'm trying to buy over here, and we got a trip going. Sandy, see you out. All right, babe. Peace. See, problem is, too many brothers, too many guys want that kind of outcome. You want that kind of power. You want to be able to talk to women like that. But you don't want to put the work in. You don't want to build the resume. You don't want to actually have it where it counts to have the real leverage. You want her to respect your masculinity and your manhood because you have a penis and an XY chromosome. It don't work that way. Women respect resources. You can't check a bitch because you got nothing to check with. The only place you dominate is in the bedroom. Dominate on the balance sheet. Dominate on your wallet, which is your accomplishments. Any woman that you choose to deal with, her money should be no good with you if you're 100% man. You pay everything.
All right. Now, y'all heard that. All women heard was you pay everything. And there are videos just like this.
Exactly what I say. Men should pay for everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Everything?
Because generous men win.
I see.
Women should be hypergamous. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Damn right.
Now you see that? There are so many videos of women sharing.
Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you.
Sharing this Kevin Samuels video because of the fact that he said you pay everything. Okay. So, and then, he was also talking to the men. He was saying, before he said anything about paying bills or money or dating, he started with the foundation, building the resume, as he liked to call it. He's talking about becoming the kind of man who has earned leverage through his accomplishments. He's not telling average men to expect this treatment just because they're men. He's saying you have to become the type of man women don't want to lose. Okay? Sounds very familiar because I've been saying that since I've been on this platform. Okay? That's exactly why I titled this live stream, The Men Who Qualify. Okay? And he also went a little bit further, saying that men don't want to put in the work. Again, talking to the men. Women didn't see that, I guess, in this video. He's saying don't envy the outcome if you're unwilling to do the work that produces the outcome. Everybody wants the benefits, guys. Very few people want the discipline, sacrifice, consistency, and years of self-improvement it takes to get there. I promise you, it is very tough. Okay? Now, let's play a little more of Kevin's video. Let's go back a little more. Let me dial it back. Let's listen. This should be good.
You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit. The women.
Did you hear that? Let's go back. Hold on.
Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit.
Hold on. One more time. And I know somebody's going to be mad, but you have to listen. All women heard was you pay everything, right?
You pay everything. Why? Because it keeps her in her feminine when she's with you. I don't give a shit. The women I deal with, they know I don't care what you do when you're not with me.
We're going to stop it right there. I don't care what you do when you're not with me. Did he say anything about commitment? Did he say anything about a relationship? Did he say anything about marriage? Did y'all hear it? And that's the part that gets clipped all over social media before that. Women heard you pay everything, and then they stopped listening right there. But don't stop the video because Kevin didn't finish. He also said, I don't care what you do when you're not with me. If you are in a relationship or a marriage with a man, do you think that he would care about what you're doing when you're not with him? Yes. Okay. So let's stop right there. That's the part that women miss. Listen to what Kevin Samuels actually said. He didn't say my wife. He didn't say my girlfriend. He didn't say the woman I'm committed to. He said, when you're with me. That's a completely different arrangement. What he's describing is that while you're in his space, sound familiar, right? You're treated exceptionally. I've always said, man, she ain't even got to bring a purse because she only going to be here for about 3 days. But he's also saying he isn't claiming all of your time outside of that. That's why context matters. Then connected to my own point, this is what I've been talking about. If I only see a woman for a few days a month, I can make those days incredible. Nice dinners, nice experiences. She doesn't have to pull out her wallet. She ain't even got to bring a purse, man. That's a completely different financial commitment than supporting a full-time household, okay? That's what women miss. He was not talking about a committed relationship. Kevin was talking about a quick situationship. You're going to be in my presence 2-3 days. We're going to have fun. We're going to sneak and creep, do what we need to do. We're going to go out to these nice dinners, right? And then he's going to send your ass off. So when you're doing what you're doing, don't ask him to pay a bill. Don't ask him to change a tire if you get a flat. That ain't none of his business. That's why he specifically said, I don't care what you're doing when you're not with me. I just care how you act when you're around me. Makes sense? And this type of lifestyle is simply for the guys who qualify. So I don't want women to gloss over this message and saying men always speed past that part when Kevin Samuels said pay everything. Kevin Samuels was describing a situationship, woman. So of course he gonna treat you well because like he was saying and like I say, for the guys who qualify, going to a nice steak dinner and dropping $500 on it, that's nothing to them. And it just so happens that sometimes it's better to have a pretty woman on your arm while you go into these nice restaurants. And also taking that pretty woman back home to let her lay on your nice bed, smell all that smell good you got going on, nice house, nice ambiance, sneak, do what you need to do, let her sleep in, cook breakfast, order DoorDash, watch movies, sneak in again. But once that Sunday afternoon hit, the dude gonna be looking at his watch. Hey, what you doing? I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get ready for work. You got to pick up your little overnight bag and go your ass back home. And once you leave, all of your responsibilities are your responsibilities. That has nothing to do with the man paying your goddamn bills. Okay? That is not what Kevin Samuels was talking about. So let me make that clear. So you can keep sharing this clip, telling guys who are trying to say, Kevin Samuels told y'all to pay everything for a weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Get the fuck out. Make sense? All right, let's finish the video.
Well, you don't even tell you about the guy. I don't care. All I care is how you operate when you're here. Will that be the way it is always? No. Eventually, I'm going to pick one. I don't want a rotation for the rest of my life.
You see that?
Pick one, maybe two.
Pick one, maybe two. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace.
Why? You don't need a rotation of people. The average guy you don't need all that. You may want it, it's ego. But anybody that deals with you should know what it's like to deal with you. Men should know when I come deal with Herb, Mr. Sparkling Water, I can't be on that bullshit. When we got an 8 o'clock appointment, he means 8 o'clock, not 8:02, not 8:05, not 8:15. When we got an 8 o'clock appointment with Herb, I don't know your name, I show up 5 minutes early is on time when I'm dealing with him. When I'm dealing with this brother, you come in with your facts, figures, data, statistics, and your numbers. When you got a 15-minute appointment, you have 15 minutes. You set your freaking watch, your timer, and it goes off at 11 minutes to let you know you got FOMO. FOMO.
That's funny. Man, I don't know why they didn't let the video keep playing, because Kevin Samuels was trying to explain the dynamic that, you know, women need to be aware of. Because if you notice, Kevin wasn't even talking about dating anymore. He was literally talking about standards. He expects everyone, clients, colleagues, and women, to respect his time. We did a whole live stream about me trying to explain to women how important it is to not be late for a date, especially with the man who qualifies. You won't get a second date. And 9 times out of 10, he probably ain't going to still be at that restaurant if you more than 10, 15 minutes late. So you need to be mindful. And I know it's playful, you know, fashionably late and things like that. Try that shit with a man who qualifies. Man, especially if he was in the military too. Me? Please. And you not on time? Are you crazy? Man, this is simple stuff, and this is the type of standards that I've been telling you guys to have recently. And that's part of the resume that Kevin was mentioning at the beginning. Your reputation follows you into every room. How you run your life, day-to-day life, if you allow people to show up late and things like that, shit ain't gonna work out for you, man. You're gonna start abusing that. Okay, man. Go back to watch that movie, The Irishman. One of the funniest scenes where Al Pacino's character was supposed to be negotiating with the little guy or whatever, and I think they were in some appointment, and he was early, and the little guy was late. They showed up in summer clothes and things like that. Al Pacino's character, he was mad, man. It was so funny. But I mean, the point is, man, don't show up late, man. All right? You got to have some standards. So let's get back to it. The little guy.
That's the reputation you have when you're 100% man, and it precedes you. So people value your time. They come in with their mind on business. They come in with their mind on how can we work together? How can I benefit from it? They ain't coming in trying to hustle you, side talk you, some 3-card Monty bullshit shell game. They come in with that respect. See, it's a hell of a lot easier to live life as 100% man because everything's out on the table. You don't have to become duplicitous. You don't have to baffle people with bullshit. The truth is so much better. But, I could be all wrong. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Maybe it's better to be 50-50. Maybe it's better to, make, just be average. Because, at the end of the day, whatever. Because I'm sure there are plenty of guys going to be like, yeah, that sounds good. But, wine. Okay, I could be all wrong. But here's what you're going to get. You're going to have to tell me why it's better for you. You're going to tell me why it's better for you. Forget her. Notice something, gentlemen. I have framed this entire conversation around why it's good for men. Women are the fringe benefit. They're part of the benefits package. That's what I framed. So you're going to have to convince me why being anything less than 100% is good for you.
All right. I wanted to share that real quick. So I'm going to end it by saying this. And again, I know, guys, Kevin Samuels always gave shout out to the guys who are blue collar. We understand that. But you have to remember his platform, when he was talking to men, he was talking to the top 10 to 20% for the most part. And that's why the whole high value man thing kind of got diluted, because everybody was calling themselves a high value man because Kevin Samuels was popping at the time, right? So when he's talking about, man, if you just want to be average, that's perfectly fine for y'all. But for the men over here, it's a little bit different. I'm going to push you and encourage you to do more. Does that make sense? Looking in the chat, because we have to get that very clear. And that's no slight to anybody who doesn't make $100,000 or more. It just is what it is. Okay. And that's, simply just how I wanted to end it. Kevin, he was just simply saying he framed this entire conversation around what's beneficial for men. Okay. Whether people agree with him or disagree with him, the important thing is to respond to what he actually said, not just pull one sentence out of context. That's why I wanted to stop the video at those key moments, you know what I'm saying, just to be clear. The context changes how you understand the message. And what I've noticed is that when women use that clip, they cut it off where he says, you pay everything. But it's a little bit different when you keep the video playing. He's saying, when you're with me, when you're around me. That has nothing to do with him paying your bills. Are you asking for a little bit of side bread? And that's what comes with the benefits of dealing with women who are financially stable and women who have something to lose. And that's why I push that type of dating dynamic and partnering with women who are equally yoked. You're building something together. You're pushing forward together. You're on that same level. Okay. So that's, it's kind of an extension of this conversation about the men who qualify, because I don't think we spend enough time talking about these types of men, because the conversation is always focused around, how to respond and how to adapt to the current dating market to make sure it benefits you. And that's a necessary conversation. But like I said, there's some guys that don't have to go through this. And certain things I don't share with you guys because I know in these spaces, short guys aren't supposed to win. 5'8" 3/4. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But right now, my fight weight is 208 pounds, so I'm slimming up, doing well. But when I first started doing content, I was about 237 pounds, and most of it was muscle. A little bit of fat, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? The brother was swelled up. Y'all seen the pictures. My jaws was hanging out. Pause. But yeah, but some of the stories I just don't share. And it's not the stories about me. It's about my friend circle. And I was just talking about this with Real Talk with Key when I sent her this video and I wanted her honest opinion on it, right? And I was explaining to her that some of the stories that I could share about my friend circle, y'all would probably think I was lying, because for the most part, people think that everybody on social media is lying. So if I was sitting there telling you that this is on the small scale, it was maybe about, I want to say 2 years ago, when a couple of my friends and then his friends, we all met at a steakhouse in downtown DC. Right? I think it was whatever that nice steakhouse is right there on the corner. I forgot what street that was, but we all went there. It's about 5 of us, right? And we, what I'm saying, ordered, whatever we wanted. Nice steakhouse. They gave us a little corner spot or whatever. We joking, we having fun, enjoying each other's company, man. Then the bill comes. Do you know every guy literally fought over a $1,200 check to pay it? No bullshit. We spent $1,200 in that damn restaurant, and everybody was pulling out their card trying to pay it. Nah, man, I got it. You got it. Nah. And I know that's kind of on the low type of scale for most people. They like, oh man, just paying a bill, but $1,200. We weren't talking about splitting. So we was trying to literally pay it, like pay the whole thing, so we can have one up on each other. My whole friend circle is successful. And I've talked about them before. I'm so proud of these brothers, man. And that's why I say I have a strong circle that I keep in contact with, man. We share investment information. We do what we need to do. We talk about owning some land and things like that. Travel plans in the future. Everybody does well. So that's why I'm able to be in these spaces, because nothing bothers me when I hear women talking about men being broke or men not taking care of their wives and their wives are struggling. It don't happen over here, bro. I live a great life. Okay. And sometimes even with my name, the name Medium Man, that's kind of me trying to soften what I got going on over here. because I don't want to seem like I'm sitting on a high horse or act like something that I'm not, when my real life is amazing. Okay? And I thank God every day for it. And I just want you guys to feel that same calmness that I feel when I wake up every morning. And I praise God for everything that I went through before and where I'm at now. So that's why I'm able to be calm and not deal with all of this foolery. And I see women talking about what black men ain't doing, and being married is this and doing that, and you ain't got no money and you broke. I look at the statistics. I look at my life. I talk to you guys on consults. I see how well you guys are doing. I understand it. Okay? So I'm trying to just share this information with you guys to, some sort of motivation. One of the, it's funny, one of my consults, and I really wish he was here. I really wish he was in the comment section, but I ain't gonna, say his name. And he's a man who qualifies. One of his biggest problems was that he is so used to women shooting their shot at him. He has literally never pursued a woman. Never. Have y'all heard of this before? There are men out there like this. He has never had to pursue a woman. But once he got older, he became marriage-minded. He wants a woman to marry. And the reason why those relationships didn't work out with the women that pursued him is because he didn't pursue them. He just accepted, i.e., settled for the women that pursued him because it was easy. Yeah, there are men out there that live that lifestyle to the point that you like, man, this is a very attractive woman. I need my needs met. I don't mind hanging out with this woman, but I didn't pick her. I don't really like her. I think she's attractive, but I'm looking for a wife now. So his only problem is figuring out how to learn how to pursue a woman that he actually likes so he can control that. Literally, that's a lifestyle that only women have to deal with. I speak to men like that. They turn on their virtual camera and the backdrop is downtown New York, Manhattan, downtown DC, earning $200,000, $300,000 a year. Lawyers, financial consultants, and these are all black men. Okay? So there is a lifestyle outside of this foolishness that the black community got going on, talking about struggling and 50-50 and things like that. These are not conversations that we should be having. Y'all know the statistics. It's only a few women, 24, 26% of women that is afforded the opportunity to be stay-at-home wives. I know the game, man. It goes deeper than just talking points over here. Okay? So these are the guys that I'm talking to, man. So if you're one of these guys and you have certain problems, man, once we start doing these call-ins, come on up and let me hear your situation, because I know y'all out there. Come on up. I want to hear it. For some odd reason, I tend to attract a lot of very successful men. And this is not just men in white-collar jobs. I've definitely talked to some men who own their own, HVAC companies. One of my guys that checks in every month he checks in. He's an electrician, own his own company, out here, mind you. They out there, man. They definitely out there. And I'm proud of y'all. I'm definitely proud of y'all. Let's see here. I think I missed a super chat. HVAC man, $5 super chat said, just like a gym date. If I have a gym date, 4 p.m., don't be late at 4:01 or 4:02. That won't fly. Ask for more, gentlemen. Demand more. Hope this helps. Yeah, man, sometimes y'all standards too low. Y'all be accepting certain things that you shouldn't, And it's sad because I know you deserve more, but they can't come from me. Nobody will care about your life more than you. That was one of the best lessons that I learned in the military. One of my mentors told me that. Nobody will care about your career more than you. So if you're expecting somebody to do something for you and they don't, just remember, why should they care about your career more than they care about themselves? That would take some selflessness. And you can't count on that because we don't live in a world of what should. We live in a world of what? What is. And you have to adapt to that. You have to prepare for that. All right. Let's see here. I get the super chats. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed that quick Kevin Samuels breakdown. But I think you guys will enjoy this next segment before we get out of here. I told you it's gonna be quick. But this one, shout out to Alonzo over on Instagram. He actually sent this to me. And yeah, you guys will definitely enjoy this because I was reading and I was like, wow. But my guy Alonzo sent me this article called How Do You Know If You're Dating a Red-Pilled Man? And it was by a page called The Every Girl on Instagram, right? And I started reading it, and immediately I started laughing because it's not because every point was wrong, but because almost every point could be written by replacing the word men with women. Okay, and y'all will see. If that's all it takes, then maybe these, the points that she mentioned, there aren't red pill behaviors at all. And I want women to hear this. Maybe they're just unhealthy dating behaviors. But the article was also a positive for men who understand the true meaning of red pill, or for the men who are red pill based, because it shows you that most, if not all, women don't know what red pill is. So if a woman takes this advice, she won't be able to recognize when a man is RP, or if a man had a father or positive male figures in their lives to teach them these things. You know what I'm saying? To understand what they're supposed to expect from a woman when they're in a healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying? My issue isn't with telling women to avoid unhealthy men. That, women absolutely should. My issue is pretending these behaviors that you guys are going to see are uniquely male or uniquely red pill. Because healthy relationships require reciprocity, accountability, respect, and empathy from both people. The moment we start acting like one sex has a monopoly on toxic behavior, we've stopped helping people and started promoting an ideology, so to speak. Okay? So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This should be good. Oh, Brendan. My bad, bro. With the $20 bomb, said, what up, media man? I missed the last 2 live streams. Glad I caught this one. Peace and blessings and happy belated birthday, man. Salute to you, brother. And thank you, man. I appreciate the birthday well wishes, man. You the man, bro. Let's see here. Brandon again, 440 joules. Unk alert. What up, though? I'm an OG. So you an Unk, so I'm an OG. Yeah. They told me I was an OG. So let's get to it. I want y'all to check this out. Shout out to Alonzo for sending me this. All right, y'all see it? You see it. And just to be clear, I have not watched Love Island. Some of you all have sent me messages saying, "Hey, media man, you should watch Love Island." Now I'm starting to understand why, because it sparked the whole conversation about RP. And I was like, this is interesting. So look, this is what she said. This is from Every Girl, the Instagram page. Love Island has everyone talking about red pill behavior again, inside and outside of the villa. From men seeming determined to misunderstand the women they're coupled up with, to online audiences rushing to defend some genuinely questionable behavior. This season has kicked off a much bigger conversation about the manosphere, red pill ideology, and how modern misogyny actually shows up in dating. Okay? So that is the premise. Y'all get it? Let's see. So this is what they consider red pill and red pill red flags. Number one, they talk about dating like it's a competition between men and women. If your dates feel less like getting to know each other and more like a negotiation where someone has to come out on top, that's a sign their whole framework is built on opposition rather than connection. Couldn't that go both ways? Hold on. Let's keep listening and let me know if any of this could say that this pertains to women as well, right? I'm looking like a preacher up here. Unto thee. Oh. Yo. All right. So keep paying attention. Hold on. All right. Red flag number 2. They keep score in relationships. Red pill thinking often reduces relationships to a ledger of who owes what. They might track every dinner they paid for, every favor done, every text sent, and expect a specific return on that investment, often physical or emotional. That sounds like both men and women. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper, pause, you know what I'm saying, once I get to my points. But yeah, but that's what they think, RP is. All right. Number 3, they speak about women as a group instead of as individuals. Listen for sweeping generalizations. Women always, women never. That's just how women are. When someone talks about half the population as a monolith with a fixed, predictable nature, they've stopped seeing women, including you, as individual people. Now, is that simply just for men? Or do you guys see women do that as well? Think about what I'm saying here, okay? As we continue. Red flag number 4, they blame women for every dating problem. In this worldview, women are responsible for essentially all of society's dating woes, from loneliness to breakups to their own past relationship failures. Nothing is ever a two-way street, and there's rarely any self-reflection. Number 5, they perform emotional intelligence rather than practice it. This is a sneaky one. You think? Some people have learned to speak the language of therapy and emotional maturity. I'm just holding space. I value communication, without actually embodying any of it. That sounds like she took that from women. I'm just holding space. I value communication. She could have just easily said these are red flags for if you want a healthy relationship. Number 6, they weaponize the nice guy persona. On the surface, he seems thoughtful and considerate, but watch for the entitlement underneath. The belief that his niceness should be rewarded with your affection, and the resentment or coldness that surfaces when it isn't. Or he just wants some reciprocity. All right. Number 7, they see dating as a strategy to win. Red pill dating advice is full of tactics, techniques, and rules designed to gain the upper hand. Negging, playing hard to get, future faking, withholding affection to maintain power. Beware if someone approaches getting to know you like they're running plays from a manual rather than just genuinely wanting to connect. Do y'all think this is just simply, is this RP? This is wild. So, red flag number 8, they're preoccupied with dominance and control. Beyond just old-fashioned values, there's often an insistence on being the man in a way that requires you to be smaller. This can look like needing to make all the decisions, bristling at your independence, or framing equality itself as somehow emasculating. Okay? So she's saying equality. This sounds like it was written for women, like it could have been reversed, but it is what it is. And she's also, and this is the catch-all. This was good. It's worth noting that the term red pill covers a real spectrum. Research from Ofcom found that people who engage with this content range from those who simply feel more aware of gender dynamics to those espousing openly misogynistic views. At its core, though, the ideology frames dating not as a relationship between two equals, but a strategic game with winners and losers. And that framing is where things start to get concerning. So the dating market has always been associated with a game, the dating game. There have been talk shows, all this type of stuff is associated with the game, because I'll explain this later, but it's the yin and the yang. It is what it is. Okay. And none of this is RP, in my opinion, but that's what they think RP is. And that's why I said it would be wise of women to listen to men, and especially my platform, because I did an amazing breakdown on what RP actually is, did a breakdown on what blue pill is and also black pill. Okay, so if you wanted to know the actual definition, you could just watch those videos. But women don't enter these spaces in good faith, and that's the problem. So you get articles like this and they misinterpret what certain things are. So now you're gonna go out in the dating market thinking that guys who act like this are RP. No, it's just simply an unhealthy relationship. Same thing for men. If a woman is doing these exact same things, that's just an unhealthy woman. Okay. Now, they go on to say new language like red pill can make these dynamics feel novel, but at their core, they describe patterns of disrespect that have been around forever. The value in naming them is that it makes them easier to spot and easier to walk away from. And then she ends it with, you deserve a partner who sees you as a full, equal individual, not an opponent to defeat or a role to fill. Pay attention to the patterns, trust how you feel, and never talk yourself out of what you already know. And shout out to Alonzo for sending me this. So the every girl, okay? This is where this came from, right? So I wanted to share it with you guys how clueless some of these women are, because they don't enter these spaces enough in good faith, mind you. All right. So, you know me, I had to create my own list. Yeah. So, brothers, men, this is how you will know if you're dating a pink pill woman. Let's get to it. Listen up. Pink pill red flag number one. They expect you to invest everything while offering little in return. Watch for statements like, a man should provide. I shouldn't have to pay for dates. If he likes me, he'll chase and pursue. I don't cook and clean while dating. I need time to heal before I can give. Men are providers. That's just how it is. Okay? Healthy explanations. Healthy companionship is built on reciprocity, not one-sided sacrifice. When one person is expected to invest time, money, effort, and resources while the other offers little or nothing in return, the relationship becomes unbalanced and unstable. Relationship partnership requires both people to give, contribute, and add value, not liabilities, assets. And for the most part, all of these women who follow this ideology are liabilities. Now you guys know. Okay? Pink pill red flag number two. She believes equality only applies when it benefits her. Okay? Watch for statements like, my money is my money, his money is our money. We're equals, but he should always pay. I don't owe a man anything. A real man should provide, protect, and pursue, regardless of what I bring to the relationship. Y'all have heard all these before. Okay? Explanation. A healthy relationship isn't built on one-sided expectations. If equality only applies when it reduces your responsibilities, but disappears when it's time to contribute, you aren't seeking fairness. You're seeking preferential treatment, ladies. Men and women don't have to contribute in exactly the same ways, but both should bring value to the relationship. Healthy companionship is built on mutual respect, reciprocity, and shared investment, not one person carrying the entire load. Okay? And now y'all see how I'm approaching this conversation. I'm trying to give sound advice and not just this one-sided foolery that article did. Make sense? Did I miss the super chat? Let's see here. Let me get this guy out of here. All right. Okay. Now, pink pill red flag number 3. She speaks about men as a group instead of as individuals. Yeah. Watch for statements like all men cheat, men are trash, black men don't protect black women, men are intimidated by successful women, black men are broke, that's just how men are, black men don't like natural hair, black men hate black women, black men only want light-skinned women. Y'all heard this song before. So that's what I'm saying, man. How did that just pertain to men? This is, man, it's damn near videos on every point that I just mentioned. Am I lying, black men? Explanation. Every man is an individual. While it's fair to discuss personal experiences or population trends, assuming all men think, behave, or believe the same thing ignores individual character, accountability, and personal responsibility. If one man says he prefers a certain hairstyle, it doesn't mean all men share that preference, black women. If one man dates outside his race, it doesn't mean all men feel the same way, black women. If one man behaves poorly, it doesn't justify judging millions of men, black men, by his actions, black women. I know I'm coming after y'all, but it is what it is. Healthy companionship is built by getting to know the person in front of you, not by assuming he's defined by the actions or opinions of other men. Strong relationships require curiosity, discernment, and individual judgment, not stereotypes. And that's what I've been fighting for over here to try to protect black men from. Okay? All right. Do y'all see if it was a lot of women in the chat, wouldn't they benefit from this message as well? Just asking. All right, pink pill red flag number 4. She blames men for every dating problem. Watch for statements like, there are no good men left. Men are the reason marriage is declining. Men are intimidated by successful women. If a relationship fails, it's because he couldn't lead. Men need to step up. Men are the problem with modern dating. Black men don't protect black women. And that goes into this as well. Men created all of today's dating problems. All right. Healthy relationships require self-reflection from both people. Again, while some relationships fail because of one person's actions, it is a red flag when every dating problem is automatically blamed on men, while women's choices, standards, communication, and accountability are never examined. I talk about this all the time, especially when I used to review the Kendra G videos. I just reviewed the Christian video where the woman was trying to say that she was somewhat coerced in the drinking, smoking, the street, and sneaking in with some dude. No, that was her lifestyle. That's accountability. Just say that you was with it, you got saved, leave it alone. Okay? Now, if every failed relationship is always explained as men are the problem, there's little room for personal growth or honest evaluation. No individual or gender is responsible for every negative dating experience. Okay? Healthy companionship requires both people to examine their own decisions, communicate honestly, and take responsibility for the role they play in the relationship. Accountability is not one-sided. Okay? Pink pill red flag number 5. She expects emotional intelligence from you, but not from herself. I just talked about this. A man should never raise his voice while she regularly yells or insults. I had to put that in there. You should validate my feelings while dismissing your own. You're too emotional whenever you express disagreement. Expecting you to remain calm during her emotional outbursts, but calling your calmness cold or emotionally unavailable. Yes. Believing emotional intelligence means you, as the man, regulate both your emotions and hers. Women think that an emotionally intelligent man means that you're supposed to stay calm while she crashes out. And you're supposed to be the one to offer her, hey, how can I make it better? Let's go get coffee. Let's go get something to eat. That's what they think an emotionally available and emotionally intelligent man is, to regulate their emotions. Okay? So, emotional intelligence is more than remaining calm during conflict. It includes self-awareness, emotional regulation, respectful communication, empathy, and personal accountability. Ladies, healthy companionship requires both people to manage their emotions and communicate respectfully. If one person expects emotional maturity from you while excusing their own emotional outbursts or dismissing your feelings, the relationship becomes emotionally one-sided rather than a partnership. And I already told you guys, man, men over here don't ever accept disrespect. In a lot of cases, men value respect more than love. That's the lowest thing that you should ever deal with, okay? And I'm talking about even in an argument, that woman disrespects you, bringing up some stuff that you told her about your past. We just discussed that, calling you all kind of names. And then when y'all, get calm, she come back and be like, no, I was just mad. I was just angry. No, she meant that. And she probably been calling you that in her friend circle on WhatsApp. Truth came out. All right. All right. Just give me y'all quick advice. Pink pill red flag number 6. She weaponizes newfound celibacy. Y'all knew I had to put that in there. Watch for statements like, I've decided to become celibate now that I'm ready to settle down. I gave previous men sex early, but your ass gotta wait. No cheeks for you. If you really value me, you'll prove yourself by waiting. That's manipulation. They're good. They sneaks. Expecting you to remain committed without discussing whether your dating goals align. A lot of women who practices celibacy or abstinence journey, they bring their ass on the secular dating market and expect men to agree to their own standard. No. Okay? Using celibacy as a test instead of a mutually agreed upon relationship value. All right? So, celibacy, ladies, is a personal choice, and every woman has the right to set her own boundaries. However, compatibility matters. If one person wants a celibate relationship and the other does not, neither person is wrong. They simply want different things. It's that simple. Healthy companionship begins with honesty about expectations. If your relationship goals don't align, it's better to respectfully move on than to stay hoping the other person will eventually change, okay? Celibacy becomes a red flag when it's used as a weapon, as a test, or a form of manipulation instead of an authentic mutual decision within a committed relationship. What I mean by this, ladies, you're free to do whatever the hell you want. You can have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. And then and that may sound far-fetched, me saying 8 kids, but there is literally a woman, 2, 3, 4 of them on Kendra G's show that had the same effing dynamic. 8 kids, and now she want to be celibate. She free to do that. You can do whatever you want. That don't mean men have to agree or stay. Men over here, I tell them to leave your ass. Not disrespectfully. If a woman says, hey, I'm practicing celibacy now, and that man is not, hey, I'm proud of you. Hopefully everything works out for you. But me, I am not on the celibacy journey. So I hope you find what you're looking for. It was nice knowing you. Good day to you. I do not tell men to wait around to see if she gonna break. Come on, baby, let me stick the tip in. Let me just no, we don't do that over here. We got respect for ourselves, okay? Men over here don't do that. So again, ladies, you are free to do whatever the hell you want. Be abstinent, celibate, it is what it is. But one thing you will not do is get over on the men over here. All right? See here. Pink pill red flag number 7. She treats dating as a strategy to maximize what she gets. Yes. Watch for statements like, get the most from a man while giving him as little as possible. TikTok got millions of videos of women talking about this. Never do girlfriend things until you get wife benefits. Let him keep paying even if you know you're not interested. Okay, young men, pay attention. Use his resources, attention, and time until someone better comes along. I.e., don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. We actually got that from the church this week. Okay? And then make him prove himself while investing as little as possible yourself. So again, healthy companionship isn't about trying to outmaneuver the other person. When dating becomes a strategy to maximize one person's benefits while minimizing their investment, the relationship becomes transactional instead of genuine. Now, in a perfect world, I put that there for a reason of how it should be. But we live in a world of what is, and we react to what is. That's why I've done videos about the yin and the yang of the dating market. Men are trying to invest as little as possible to get sex in return. Okay, just be simple. Women are trying to get, the most resources that they can without giving sex in return or giving their time and attention and things of that nature. We all know the game. All right, just want to be clear. Now, pink pill red flag number 8. She prioritizes control over companionship. Watch for statements like, I don't need a man. I'm the prize. I'm the table. A man should fit into my life, not the other way around, the boss chicks. I'm a boss chick. No man is going to tell me what to do. I can do bad all by myself. Confidence and independence are not red flags. I want to be clear on that. However, when the desire to remain in complete control outweighs the willingness to cooperate, compromise, or build with another person, companionship becomes very difficult. The Black community is fully aware of this. Okay? That's why you have Black women sitting at 25%, a 25% marriage rate, which is the lowest marriage rate among any race and gender. And it's because for reasons like this. Simple. Okay? Healthy relationships require both people to maintain their individuality while also making room for shared decision-making, mutual respect, and teamwork. If one person insists on controlling the direction of the relationship without considering the needs of the other, compatibility becomes difficult. Within a marriage, yes, God, husband, wife, children, if you follow that order, okay? For the Christian folks or whatever, right? Your wife is absolutely your valued counsel. That's why I always say, try to never let your wife or your committed girlfriend get to why. And what I mean by that is when you have the time to explain certain moves that you have to make that benefits or may affect the household as a whole, instead of just doing it, if you have time to explain why we need to do this or why I'm doing this, explain it. That goes a long way. And I told you guys, I learned that in the military. Everybody can't be supervised the same way. Some people, and in the military, you have every right. If you are leading, you know what I'm saying, a group or something like that, and we have a task to take care of, hey, I need y'all to go move sandbags. And you could easily cut that off right there, right? But to gain that respect with the people that you lead, if you have time, if time permits, you can explain why you have to fill sandbags. The reason why I'm having you guys fill sandbags is because the weather report says that it may rain today. And this is a flood-prone environment. We got these tents, so we need to make sure we put these sandbags around so we don't get flooded out. How long did that take me? 10 seconds to explain that? Take that same principle to your marriage once you get married, okay? And that builds up that trust, that respect. So when there is a time when you guys may be out in public and you got to tell your wife, hey, go get in the car. She's not going to sit there and say, why? Every second loss could be affecting her lifespan. So when you built up that trust and that, respect level, you can tell her, go get in the car. And she ain't going to question you right there. She ain't gonna question you in public. Okay? Valued counsel. It's certain things that your wife may be better at than you. You gonna sit there and beat on your chest like some sort of primate alpha male? Nah, I gotta make the decision. Instead of listening to this woman, especially when you get with an educated woman. Okay? No, you take that advice and you make the decision. All right? Are y'all you with me? We good? Okay. Gotta make sure we understand that. All right. Let's move on. I think that was the last one. Cool. All right. Let's get out of here. Okay, so we'll end there. So how did y'all like that quick rundown, man? Hopefully that list was beneficial, especially for the young men, because I know, certain things there, in the Black community, the majority of us grew up with dads in the household, right? So some of these messages you probably learned, when you were younger, because you had your pops around, you had your uncles, you had your cousins, and some of it you learned trial by error, things trial through error. You had mentors, things like that. So some of the stuff that we consider RP or being RP based, most men in the Black community probably already got this information. And that's why you see a lot of people, especially, you see men, Black men in particular, saying, I'm not RP, I don't believe RP, but they know everything that's being taught in RP spaces because they had their pops or their uncles and they learned these lessons. So I don't care where you get it from. If you were late to the party and you had to come to YouTube and you listened to some RP content and you were smart enough to remove the toxicity from it and you take the good from it, going to the gym, increasing your funds, learn how to spot certain signs so you don't get used on the dating market. Those are positives for men. You remove all that toxic shit because you're smart men and you take, what is it? Chew the meat, spit out the bones. Pause. Right? So yeah, that's all it is. So some of this stuff, a lot of guys say, I'm not RP. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to be RP to know these lessons. Simple as that, man. Let's see here. All right, did we get everything? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I missed some. HVAC man, $5 super chat said, I won't marry single mothers, aka he hate his mama, your mama Black. I'm happy these younger guys are dismissing these women off rip. Yeah, man. And I think that's what the Black community is kind of pissed off about. Because I've heard people say in these spaces that the Black community's biggest fear is when Black men start comparing notes. And that's why you see the Black community saying we need to remove the podcast equipment away, because there's been more Black men that have been able to connect from these spaces to speak to each other. Like, you went through that? Oh, I went through that too. Oh, this too? What? So when Black men started comparing notes and bringing the quote unquote barbershop talk to social media, that upset the Black community, because some of the stuff that we've been saying is the first time that people have heard it, because Black men are known for being silent when they shouldn't be. And that's why you get so much pushback from the Black community, primarily our women, because they don't want us to compare notes. Because Black women are not going to hold their tongue when they talk about Black men dating and relationships. I told you guys that. They going to, if it's delusional, they going to say whatever they got to say. So saying that Black men need to remove their podcasts or only certain men should be allowed to have podcasts. Yeah, give him a podcast, Mike, because he pandering. That's when I say we need more Black men to get podcast equipment, because I want to hear from all y'all. We need more notes to compare so we can improve. And it's been working. Okay? We just had the income report. Black men, we increased our earnings from last year, second quarter, to this year. And again, I can't stress this enough. Last year was considered a breakthrough in the second quarter earnings department for Black men, where we earned $1,053. This year, we earned $1,089. So if that was a breakthrough, what do you think this year is? You see where I'm going with this? Black men, man, you guys are, you have worked yourself into a position where you have the same issues as every other race of men. And I know that doesn't sound like a huge accomplishment, but we were literally struggling, you know what I'm saying, in the back for a while because a lot of shit was working against us. A lot of it has to do with society, historical issues, all that type of stuff. But black men have finally worked themselves to a point that we can honestly say that we're at a position where we have the same issues as other races of men, which gives us a chance to start improving. We have room to build, room for improvement. And that's a good thing. Okay. So we can take our conversations out of the black community. The black community conversations for black men over here is irrelevant. The black leaders that the black community tends to gravitate towards, they're irrelevant. They don't speak for us. Dr. Umar don't speak for black men over here. All that stuff talking about what black men aren't doing, black men are failing, things like that. That's how I know that he doesn't know black men. He knows those old talking points, but they don't know black men. Any black man that's on these spaces that you see frequenting female dominant spaces, and they will consider them the safe black men to talk to. They don't represent black men over here. I do. Okay? So y'all gonna get this truth, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. And we gonna go on from there. Okay? All right. Let's see here. HVAC man, $2 bomb said, I'm not regulating no grown woman. What the F? Yeah, man. That's what they want, brother. Ronnie C, what up, though? 250 joules. MVP. That's cold, man. I like that, the joules thing, man. That's cold. Thank you. And True King Music, what up, though? 10 joules. Gold coin. Thank you, brother. And then HVAC man, $5 super chat said, had a grandfather in trial and error. Granddaddy was a military man. Marine Corps 70s. That's where my mindset comes from. Discipline, order, and structure. Yeah, man. And like I said, I don't mind where people get this information from as long as you get it. That's fine. And that's why you kind of see men who grew up with fathers, they tend to do well in these spaces. Are men who grew up with positive role models and examples and mentors. Speaking of myself, you kind of do well because you can kind of understand both sides, you know? So yeah, so shout out to us, man. We doing what we need to do over here. And hopefully this quick little live stream was beneficial. I'm gonna definitely clip this stuff up. And if you guys have been noticing, right after the live stream, I always make these members only because I want there to be some perks for the members. Because eventually I'm going to start doing videos and live streams for members only. Okay. So that's why you see the live streams moving forward. They're going to be members only. Okay. Because I'm trying to build something over here to where, we can start doing more charitable work. And I'm going to start with the members if people will be on board. So I want to get to a particular number. I think right now I have a little over 210 Medium Man members. Once I get to like 300, then 500, I think we'll definitely have enough. Okay. I think we'll definitely have enough to do what I'm thinking about doing for black men in the future. Okay. Still in the works, but once I get those members up, we'll be good. So that's just one of the perks of becoming a member on my channel. You're going to get, access to the live streams before I start to clip these up. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Pooh Man, for putting that in there. So yeah, become a member, click it up, and we should be good. So thank you guys once again. We're gonna get out of here. Hopefully, like I said, this was enjoyable. Be on the lookout for a video tomorrow at 9 a.m. I may put out the Kevin Samuels one. I think you guys will enjoy that. And then I'll put out this one with the red flags that you should be looking for. This will definitely help the young men. All right. Everybody. So shout out to the moderators. Thank you to everybody that sent in super chats. Be safe. It's the weekend. Y'all know what it is. People tend to do wild stuff on the weekend. So be safe. Eat healthy. Go to the gym. Do what you need to do. I got golf practice tomorrow morning because I have a tea time. You know what I'm saying, coming up. So I'm going to try and break 80, man. Let's see how it goes. So We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be locked in. I promise you, I'm gonna be locked in. And if I break 80, you guys will definitely see the scorecard because I'm gonna be proud of that, man. So thank you guys once again. Appreciate the support. God bless. Media Man out. Peace. Thank y'all.